kept the GT radial tire. Oh my gosh! He did it! He did a wheelie! He likes me! Oh my gosh! I feel so blessed now. Greetings, programs. I'm Matchstick Man, and today we're playing a little BeamNG.drive, and I'm very, very excited. The Herbie mod that I showcased in my last video, if you watched it, it was the Deep Earth Cave, just exploring around. The Herbie mod that I used got a major update. It's got a whole lot more content now. I'll go in and I'll show you everything that's new with it, because it is just... I saw it was a thing this morning. It updated literally yesterday. And I saw it was a thing. I jumped out of bed. I ran to my computer. I installed it. And I am so excited to show you guys this, because I haven't even seen it myself. I'm excited to experience it as well. So, hopefully... Not even hopefully, I know this is going to be just great. I'm going to have a ball. Alright, we're going to start with the typical West Coast USA, considering Herbie is from San Francisco of all places. I figured why not. So, the update that this mod received was, now it's not just Herbie. You can make any 1963 Beetle you want. You can make it a hardtop, like just the standard, or you can make it a ragtop like Herbie. Not sure about much else beyond that, as far as customization. But as far as Herbie goes, there's a lot different now. There is 6 different Herbies to reflect each appearance that he had during the movies, which, if you don't know, there were quite a lot of movies, but only some of them really count. Wow. That just took a really long time to load in. That's peculiar. I've never had that happen before. Anyway, on we go with getting this started up. Started up? Why did I just say that? I'm not entirely sure. So here we go. Here's the different Herbies we have now. I will go through and explain them all. And we'll go through in order. So I'm going to spawn the stock 1963 L87 Pearl White Volkswagen Beetle that we all know as Herbie. Okay, we're in. Alrighty, so this is Herbie as he appeared originally in the first Love Bug film, the first time we ever see him. And he starts off very slow. So, one thing to note, which I think is incredible, the mod now has what the creator calls dynamic horsepower, which means basically Herbie's actually alive in this sense. And the fact that we have to treat him nicely, and then he'll treat us nicely back. He'll be faster, he'll, be a better performer. Want to see we finally have a back seat now. That's awesome. So, but this is just, I cannot get over my excitement. So, this is how we originally see him in Peter Thorndike's dealership when, if you're unfamiliar with the movies, Peter Thorndike doesn't like it much and thinks it's a piece of junk and kicks it, and the main character is like, oh, well, what do you do that for? And then he gets kicked out, and Thorndike's like, throw this car away, kind of thing. But car follows Jim home through San Francisco and ends up on his, on his block. And then the cops come and they're like, hey, why'd you steal that car? And he's like, I didn't. And so, if you haven't watched The Love Bug, go check it out. It's a very, very 60s movie. It came out in '69. So it's a loving film about, you know, a car with heart and the owner. And he races and does all this stuff. Now, the stock differences that are apparent on this Beetle, obviously he doesn't have the racing decals, but apart from the last mod, this does have the correct tires. In the Love Bug, and you'll see this on the version I pull up with the Herbie decals, they were the stock Volkswagen tires that came on 63 Beetles. They're not very large tires, they're very narrow, and you can kind of see under the front there. But other than that, it's a very vanilla kind of car. You have the ragtop sunroof, which Herbie's known for, which is I think, really kind of one of the best parts of the appearance. I don't like hardtop bugs as much as I like the ragtop. So, but since we checked this out, we're gonna go ahead and check out the raced up. I don't know what I'm saying. I hope you guys can have some vague understanding. And here he is. Oh my gosh. Oh, this looks great. Oh my, the blue is such a nice color. And he's got the tape over the headlights. Oh my gosh. This is the 53 looks perfect. It's oriented perfectly on the rear deck lid, which is the trunk there. My camera's acting wonky, but that's just because it's being a pain in the butt. So that's correct orientation. The only thing I'm noticing right now, actually, and I really hate to get nitpicky, in the original Love Bug, Herbie didn't have the Goodyear tires that he has here, which I like them, so that's forgivable. I don't really care, because the shade of blue is... No! But the shade of blue, I love. I always love the shade of blue that they use more in the Love Bug than they do in the rest of the movies, because you'll see, Herbie, why is, okay, I was an idiot, put the parking brake on. In the sequels, the blue stripes actually, they narrow it for some reason. I think it was just an oversight. They make it a little more narrow. And the shade of blue that they use is like a dark navy blue. So it kind of just, I mean, it looks nice. I like the lighter blue better personally, though. And if you guys didn't know, this is going to be a long one, so just keep that in mind. I don't know what my viewing figures are like, but the only other differences I'm noticing, and again, this is just nitpicky as a Love Bug fan. So the stripe on the Love Bug didn't continue after the hood. So you see the bottom of the hood there, right under the license plate. That's where the stripe stopped. So on the rest of the body, it wasn't actually there. And the same goes on the back. It stopped in the deck lid, so it doesn't go over the tailpipe like that. And then and also it didn't go over the cooling vents above the deck lid there. So, you know, that's kind of something. And again, that's just nitpicky. I don't really care. I still love this either way. This is amazing. Because I'm such a Herbie fanatic that it doesn't really matter to me that much, because it's just nice to see Herbie get this kind of representation, because Herbie's not a big thing in pop culture anymore. And there's a couple reasons as to why, but mainly just he's faded into obscurity because the movies weren't as timeless as we all hoped. I mean, to me they're timeless, but... No! Sorry. I knew I was going to crash there, and I did not want to do that to him. But also, and like I said earlier, he didn't have the Goodyear tires. He had the stock Volkswagen tires in the Love Bug. But anyway, but yeah, Herbie is just kind of faded into obscurity. The movies are timeless for me, personally. Also, he had white running boards, not black. I just noticed that, too, in the Love Bug. In all the other movies, he had black running boards, but in the Love Bug, he had white ones. But I personally like the black running boards better. Makes him look a little more racy, which is probably why the Love Bug has the tires and the black running boards, because it looks more like a race car. So I think that was a creative liberty, which, again, I don't mind at all. It's just nitpicking. So we've had a good look over of this one. We're gonna now check out the next one, which I'll go ahead and save the name. Alright, so here we are with, this is actually the Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo, which is my personal favorite appearance of the car. It didn't have a Rides Again model, which I think is probably just due to its similarities between it's, you know, just kind of a step between the Love Bug and Monte Carlo. He gets the black running boards, he gets the light on the front, although in Rides Again it doesn't have a cover like on this one. But he still has the stock Volkswagen tires and rims. And so I guess that was just overlooked because there's really, between the way the Love Bug one looks for this model and the Monte Carlo one looks, I can understand that it wasn't really something that needed to be touched on, please. Okay, there we go. So, main differences with, ooh, sorry bud. The main differences with this model, which, and again, this is my favorite, and this is actually something I've noticed is kind of done. The ragtop looks a little darker, which is correct. The ragtop in Monte Carlo, Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo, it was a darker shade of gray than in Rides Again and Love Bug. Also, the hood light, which is that black circle there, the hood light that he got in Rides Again now has a black cover on it. I don't know if I can really zoom in for that, but see if there's any kind of camera that'll get me a close-up shot of it. No. So, it is and it looks correct. The sizing looks right, and it's got a good texture for it. It is a genuine Carello fog light. That's what the brand is. And you can see the stripe, the blue stripe is a lot more narrow, and it's blue, and the blue is a lot darker, I mean. And it also, this is something I didn't point out, I forgot. The seats that you see inside with the black kind of, not really headrest, because your head's way above that, but the black spot, gosh, I can't speak, I think we go over this in every video. The black spot there, what Disney did when they made Monte Carlo was they made it so that the blind driver could actually still stay behind, because, okay, I'll start here, give you a little bit of backstory. In the original Love Bug, they did a blind driver for the segments where Herbie drove himself, which, I mean, there's no driver here, so it always kind of looks like he's driving himself. But for the Love Bug, they didn't do any sort of modifications. He just kind of, the engine's smoking there. They just had the blind driver hide behind the seats, which is very kind of unsafe because he couldn't properly see where he was going. I'm sorry, Herbie, please don't hate me. I can tell he likes me because, wow, his acceleration is kicking way up, so... And I know it's not just the I don't think it's the Monte Carlo thing, I think it's him actually. He likes me, yay! I always like Herbie, so it's good that he likes me, but it just makes it ridiculously hard to stop. Because Volkswagen brakes are not strong, and it's something that seems pretty accurate here. Anyway, so, blind driver couldn't see very well in the first one, so their solution to that in Rides Again was they added the hood camera, but again, it didn't have a black cover on it, and the reason why is because it was a prop to hide a camera. Oh no! I'm sorry, Herbie. It was a prop to hide a camera so that the blind driver would have a TV monitor in the back seat so he could see where he was driving and he wouldn't have to stick his head up and potentially ruin the illusion. So, God, he's quick. So, and then they liked the light, so they put the black cover on it to make him look like a vintage rally car for Monte Carlo, which is when they added the GT radial tires that you see here. That was done specifically for Monte Carlo to give him a sort of vintage rally look that was popular back then among race cars. So, gosh, he takes off like nothing. I'm gonna have to do like, we're gonna do a quick drag race here, and this is gonna suck. That is insane! That is nuts! He hits 120 and like nothing! So, and the proper way to really, and I should have done this the first time, the proper way to start any Herbie drag race is like this. If I can get it. Oh, I can't get it. I forgot the key binding. I'm stupid and just embarrassed myself all over YouTube. Oh, the humanity. No, I don't really care. I just gotta figure out what the key is for it. That's camera. I'm gonna need camera. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. Okay. Well, I'm confused. Pause the game. Oh, crap. What key paused the game? I don't know! Ah! Ah, there we go. God, he takes off like a missile. I don't know what the key bindings Anyway, I guess while I figure this out, I'll go back to my spiel. So, they made the back seat for Monte Carlo instead of using the TV monitor because it really wasn't that efficient. They made the back seats higher to better conceal the blind driver, and the black spot that you actually see, and this isn't true on this model, which makes sense, because you wouldn't have seen the back anyway. It was a cutout, and they had the black spot was actually just a black mesh, so that the, sorry, I got the hiccups, so that the blind driver could see where he was going without a TV monitor or without whatever. So, and I'm trying desperately to figure out the new key bindings. Ooh, that was close. Herbie! Thought you liked me. Come on, bud. That's camera, that's... yeah, that's camera. So. That's still camera. Oh, boy. I don't know what the keys are, and I've tried, like, everything, so... What about a mouse click? Nope, that didn't help. Alright, anyway, I'll figure that out later, and then showcase it. This has already gone really oh, I'm sorry, Herbie. This has already gone really long. Herbie? Goodness gracious. I think he doesn't like me right now. Herbie, why are you not... he's not... oh. Because I'm using the realistic... crap. Okay. There we go. Because it switched to realistic, gearbox behavior, and I didn't realize that. And because he takes off like a rocket, that just means the RPMs go way high. So... Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo was... wow. Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo was the third movie. Goodness gracious. This is nuts. Herbie. Anyway. So, the fourth one was Rise Again, and we'll move on to that one, because basically, for Rise Again, he had the same appearance he did in Monte Carlo, except the sunroof went back to a lighter gray, the hood light is gone, and I forgot to mention this. The fake gas cap that they use as a plot point to hide a diamond, like some jewel thieves hide it in Herbie, and that's part of a subplot as they're trying to track him down while Herbie's trying to do his race. So for Goes Bananas, which is the fourth one, like I just said, I think I just said that, I can't remember what I just said. Oh gosh. The hood light is gone, the gas cap is gone, the sunroof went back to a lighter gray, but he kept the GT radial tire. Oh my gosh! He did it! He did a wheelie! He likes me! Oh my gosh! I feel so blessed now. I officially won the affections of Herbie the Love Bug. Because he did a wheelie, and he did it for me. Thank you so much, Herbie. I don't know why I'm behaving like a 5-year-old. You know, I'm 21 years old and freaking out about the car. 106. I did not realize how fast we were going. The brakes are not working at all. I am laying on the brakes and the handbrake. This is freaking nuts. Holy cow. Wow. So for Goes Bananas, he looked pretty much the same. He did the wheelie! Oh my gosh! That's so cool! Like, now, no wonder it's not a key binding anymore. Herbie, stay with me. Cause he did, oh my god! That is so cool! Look at him go! That is awesome! Ooh, buddy, we're okay, we're okay. Easy there, easy there. Alright, now we're going to move on to the first appearance from Goes Bananas, which is going to be a little different. Because if Herbie Goes Bananas is a tough subject, because what happens is they get kind of... Yeah, this happens. So, if you're unfamiliar with the movie, Herbie starts... he's going to a racing tournament, Grand Prix kind of thing, in Mexico. Which, by the way, this rust paint job is impeccably well done. He's going to a racing Grand Prix in Mexico. And to get there, they use a boat, and basically, Herbie befriends an orphan boy by the name of Paco. I think Paco. And thank God, the wheelie thing is just so cool, because just, you can be standing still, if I can stand still again, and then you just gun it, and he pops up in a wheelie, just like he does in the movies, and goes nuts. Easy. So, he befriends Paco, and Paco is kind of a troublemaker, so... Wow, that takeoff speed is ridiculous. The brakes do nothing at all. So, Paco's a troublemaker, and Herbie kind of gets involved in it a little bit. And basically what ends up happening is they run amok throughout the cruise ship that Herbie is stored on, and the captain is like, I will not stand for this behavior. You're going overboard. He literally puts Herbie, he makes him walk the plank, so to speak. He puts him on his roof on the plank, and the crewmates slowly tip him off. And it's really, really sad, actually, if you're a fan of the movies, because you're watching Herbie just... Can we acknowledge I'm going 210 miles an hour in a Volkswagen Beetle of all things? There's no way I'm gonna stop before I hit that wall. Thread the needle! Yeah, no way. Let's explore more of the map. I'm gonna really be gentle on the throttle. Because I really haven't taken that much of West Coast. Actually, we're going to sidebar that, because there's something about this mod, another feature that I've yet to show, that makes a lot of sense for the ride to, the Ghost Bananas. So, they throw him overboard in the middle of the ocean, and it's really, 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 really sad. But he's not dead, because, come on, you can't kill Herbie. Oh my gosh. Oh goodness. Okay. Got in the neighborhood here. Now I'm actually kind of lost. Need to find water. So, he's not dead, obviously. But after a while, they cut back to him, and he's all rusted out, and he's floating on the... He's swimming, basically. He's swimming along the Panama Canal, and, you know, he's fine. You know, but I mean, obviously, you can kind of tell, just because the way they do the rust paint, whatever, he just looks tired. And he winds up finding Paco at some point. I don't remember where. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie, and I've really only seen it once because it's not that good. I love Herbie, but really the two better Herbie movies are Love Bug and Ghost of Monte Carlo. Because it makes the most sense for Herbie to be a racing car, and those are really the only movies that he races in. Because they're the only movies to feature Dean Jones, which plays Jim Douglas, and it's really the character that you naturally pair with Herbie. But anyway, he finds Paco, and he's floating, and he's so tired from swimming, he kind of ends up drowning, so Paco gets some associates. I mean, they're kind of less desirables, because they just want to scrap Herbie for parts. They pull him out of the water, they flip him on his wheels, and Herbie's kind of just suckered out. And Paco kind of thinks he's dead for a little bit, but then he wakes up, and then Herbie gets back to his old self, and then Paco's orphan family, basically, they put some paint on him, and this I didn't see represented, but I don't know if it will be in future updates. But they paint words all over him, which I wonder if that's something that's actually here just in parts. I need to go over the parts that are present. So I'm actually, I don't know if I want to split this in two videos, because I'm at the 30-minute mark here and it's a little nuts. I mean, obviously a lot's gonna get cut out, but still a little nuts. Actually, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to cut things here at the 30-minute mark. I'm gonna make a part 2, showcasing the rest of them, because there's 2 more models, and I'm gonna go over the parts and the other, oh gosh, the other Volkswagen things you can do that are just, standard Volkswagen. So, as far as that, I will see you guys in the next video, which, again, just be with this one. So, but that's it for part 1, and I will see you guys in the future or in the past.